Due to a technical issue with Audacity's recording function, this episode will be post-commentary. I apologize for this inconvenience. How's it going, everybody? Chaos Key 4013 here with another episode of Pokemon FireRed. In the last episode, we got through the last of the Sevi Islands and captured two very annoying, hard-to-find unknown. But it was worth it. In this episode, we're going to be capturing the final legendary Pokemon you can get in Fire Red and Leaf Green. So you're probably wondering, why are we outside of Fuchsia City? Well, see, the last legendary Pokemon you can find is a roaming legendary. So what I recommend is, well, throw up some repels, like I'm doing right now, and then have a Pokemon that's at least under level 50, but above the levels that are in whatever grass you may choose to go to. So, and then once you have all that set up, just look in the grass, and if nothing shows up, then just exit the area, just like so. And then come back and just see if something shows up and rinse and repeat. This is the legendary Pokemon Raikou, one of the legendary beasts. In each playthrough of Fire Red or Leaf Green, you're going to find at least one of these, and you're only going to find one. And the way you determine which one you find is, well, which starter you choose. Allow me to explain. Once you get the National Dex, one of the three legendary beasts will begin roaming around Kanto, and just Kanto. You won't have to worry about the Sevi Islands. The one you will encounter is determined by which starter you chose. Specifically, the one that's weakest to the legendary you'll encounter. If you chose Squirtle, you'll encounter Raikou. If you chose Bulbasaur, you'll encounter Entei. And if you chose Charmander, you'll encounter Suicune. Since these are roaming legendaries, it's recommended that you use your Master Ball. Though if for some reason you don't have your Master Ball or you want to save it for something else, then it should be noted that if you're going up against Raikou or Entei and you keep it from escaping, one of the moves they have is Roar. If Roar is successfully used, this will count as you running away, meaning the legendary will be gone forever, and the only way you'll get another chance is if you turn off the game if you didn't save afterwards, or restart the game if you did save afterwards. So keep this in mind if you're going up against Raikou or Entei. If you're going up against Suicune, you won't have this trouble since it doesn't know Roar. As for me, I'm going to be using my Master Ball, because I'm not going to be using it on anything else, and it's a roaming legendary, so why not? It's an easy catch. And there we go, we captured Raikou. This Pokemon races across the land while barking a cry that sounds like crashing thunder. Interesting. So now that we've captured Raikou, the next place we'll want to go to capture the final legendary Pokemon is Cerulean City. So for the final legendary Pokemon in the game, we're going to need to go north of Cerulean City. We'll need to surf down here. It shouldn't take too long, and okay, hope I don't run into a wild Pokemon. Okay, thank you. Okay, so right here, until you get the National Pokedex, there'll be someone guarding the entrance to this cave. Once you get the National Dex, you can go in. So for Cerulean Cave, I highly recommend putting up repels. I also highly recommend that all of your Pokemon be at least level 65 or over, because there are Pokemon that are at the highest level Pokemon you can find here that isn't the legendary Pokemon we're finding is level 64. So 65 or higher, you should be fine. Now if we'll go down here, this floor, there's lots of items you can find. I believe I find a full restore, if I remember correctly. Yeah, full restore. I don't believe there are any hidden items. I might be wrong because I didn't really check. Well, I did, but just none appeared. But yeah, that floor right there has a bunch of items. There's also other random items you can find and whatnot. Like here, we find another full restore. Very helpful item. There's actually some very useful items you can find here in this dungeon, so... Like right here, we find a nugget. That'll be good for selling. And over here, there's another item. A max elixir, so... Yeah, some very useful items that you'll especially need for later. So if we go down here, there's even more items you can find. And yeah, that's all you're going to be finding if you're not running into Pokemon. It's just a bunch of items. And then, of course, the final legendary Pokemon that you can find here. And the Repel World. And here I'm just trying to find my way and weave my way around the dungeon. It's been a while since I played the game, and so I don't really remember too much of this area. Just this first floor, I knew that there were just a bunch of items, but that's about it. And in case you couldn't tell, you're gonna need Rock Smash for this area. So, yeah. Bring a Pokemon that knows Rock Smash and Surf, and you'll be good. You don't need Strength, so if you have a Pokemon, if one of your Pokemon that's a main member of your team has Surf, you can get rid of it and teach it a new move. I believe down here there's just it's a huge maze. There are some dead ends, and there aren't any hidden items to my knowledge. I could be wrong, but I just didn't find any in my adventure through this area. So I believe up here is a dead end, which very jerkish, not gonna lie. But that's not to say this isn't the way to go, because there are multiple paths on this path, so... no items there. I believe this was I believe this was the path that leads to where you need to go. Right here. Think. No, it was another dead end. See, even after playing it, I don't even remember where everything goes. So we go here, and we go there. And there's another item. I just wish there was something else to say, because I mean this is it. This is like the last dungeon of the game. So, and all it really is just a bunch of Rock Smash but just a bunch of items lying around. But I believe right here is the final stretch, and the final legendary Pokemon is right here. When you have everything prepared, talk to it. This is the last legendary Pokemon, Mewtwo, level 70. This thing is a beast. One of the strongest Pokemon in the game. In fact, before Gen 2, it was the strongest Pokemon in the game. So right here, I set up a Thunder Wave, and as you saw, it's packing Recover. So if you try to weaken it, it's probably going to use Recover to recover its HP. So keep this in mind. It also has Safeguard, but I managed to get up the Paralysis before it could even use Safeguard, so that's good. And here I'm just trying to stall it out. I switched to Raikou because, well, Steel type resists Psychic, and you'll see right here, yes, uses Psychic. It does a decent chunk, but not enough to KO it, so that's good. So I'm just stacking up my Swords Dances, and then I'm going to use False Swipe. And it's the last Swords Dance, and then what does it do here? It uses Swift again. Yeah, it's not even doing much, because Swift's a normal type move. Not going to do much, and here I use Swords Dance thinking that I could use another Swords Dance, but nope. I'd use Safeguard, but I already have it paralyzed, so whatever. And here I go for the False Swipes, and it uses Recover. I believe it uses Recover multiple times here. And use Psychic. And yeah, I decide to heal because I'm not going to live another hit if it tries to use another hit. And Safeguard, but Safeguard's already up, so False Swipe. And here's hoping that it doesn't use Recover. Good. Alright, time to start using some Ultra Balls. And of course it doesn't shake on the first ball. See, that's the thing, they never shake on the first ball unless you're using like a quick ball or something, but that's the next generation. This is Gen 3. Well, at least it stays paralyzed, so throw another Ultra Ball. And, well, it shook once, but, eh. Thankfully, the paralysis is kicking in. It has no way of recovering its paralysis, so that's good. And it still only shook once. Here it keeps using Recover. I think it uses Recover again after I use False Swipe. Let's see, does it? Yep, it keeps using Recover. Gotta get in the red. Good thing we have False Swipe on Raikou. Very useful in capturing legendaries. Okay, use Swift, so now we can go use another Ultra Ball. And of course it doesn't stay. And it's still using Recover. And yes, that did not take very long to capture. I'm actually surprised I managed to capture it on my first attempt. So yeah, Mewtwo, a Pokemon whose genetic code was repeatedly combined for research. It turned vicious as a result. Still can't believe I managed to capture it on the first attempt. I was afraid that it was going to take me hours upon hours to capture, so yeah, we captured Mewtwo. And with that, that's all the legendary Pokemon in Pokemon FireRed and Leaf Green. So, now that we've captured Mewtwo, there's only one more task left, rematching the Elite Four. So, next time on Pokemon FireRed, we're going to take on the Pokemon League Challenge one final time. So until then, see ya!